Hello, my name is Leo, and this is Four Worlds of My Majors. A little bit about myself. My name is Leo, and here's just a photo of me trying to skate on a rink. And here are some of my identities. I was born and raised in China in 2003. However, I moved to Massachusetts at the age of 14 to pursue high school, so I consider myself a first-generation immigrant. I am currently a second-year student at USC, where I get my education, and in my free time, I love music, cooking, and traveling. My first major is international relations. It investigates into different forms of government around the world, as well as the balance of power between countries, and it fosters international competition and collaboration, and it also manages border protection and international security. My other major is business administration. Specifically, I'm interested in looking into trade between countries and multinational companies and foster trade and economic collaboration. And thirdly, I also have a minor in music industry. Now let me take you into a closer look at all of my degrees. To start off with international relations, a lot of international relations scholars can move on to work in public services as well as in the government. For example, the U.S. Department of State is the official diplomatic branch of the U.S. government, and a lot of the people working there have a degree or have a very deep understanding into international relations. International relations also play a very profound role in the legal system, especially given the increasing business collaboration between countries. So, for example, this is a picture of TikTok CEO during a testimony, and that encompasses international business and companies' compliance into the U.S. legal system. In the economic world, a lot of international relations scholars can contribute into entrepreneurship and investments. So, for example, the World Trade Organization is an international organization that promotes trade across borders and promotes investments to um, developing countries. In the social world, there are a lot of institutions such as Brookings and Freedom House that write journals and assist into government's decision making. They also advocate and educate the public through media such as the Foreign Policy magazine. All right, moving on into business administration. The business administration has a lot to do in the economic world, particularly in investment and entrepreneurship. Business administration scholars look into how to maximize investment and how to maximize profit. And you can see here's a list of some Fortune 500 companies where those business leaders do their best to make their company as profitable yet as generate as much wealth and fortune as possible. And lastly, it also we can also see NASDAQ, which is a trade organization based in New York that help facilitates investment and entrepreneurship. In the business world, however, there's an increasing focus on ESG, standing for environmental, social, and corporate governance. That is companies' commitments to a more sustainable future and towards more equity and fairer roles in society. They also promote mobility and leadership in the business world. Lastly, for the music industry springs of music, which is some of people's hobbies, but it's also some of our shared values, even some people's common identity. If you're a fan of a particular artist, this artist can be part of your identity, and we all love music as music lovers. That's also part of my identity. With the love for music and the decade-old tradition of enjoying music comes a lot of entrepreneurship opportunities. A lot of companies, such as Columbia, Atlantic, Def Jam, Epic, these are record companies that utilizes their power and their entrepreneurship to help spread music and help more people get access to music. There are a lot of also a lot of investment in infrastructures to help people enjoy music, such as the erection of the Walt Disney Music Hall down in downtown LA. In the music world, there's also a lot of mobility with artists touring around the world, spreading their music, but also advocates. A lot of artists use their music to advocate something that they're interested in or advocates human rights, etc. So music is also a very powerful tool in the social world. All right, with so many different majors in different fields, how do I want all my majors to work together for me? To start off in the music industry, music is a custom. It is a form of art, and a lot of people enjoy music. It is also a hobby of myself, and lastly, it's part of my identity. Being a fan of a specific artist can be a person's identity. With a hobby generates a lot of profit. And the arts can also create a lot of jobs, people working in the music industry. With jobs, to manage jobs and profit, we need entrepreneurship, and that's where business administration comes in. The business administration also manages infrastructure such as the Walt Disney Hall, but also a lot of business leaders explore different markets. For example, all these different companies and markets that go and sell on NASDAQ. We all know that the government play a substantial role in regulating the market. For example, the Ticketmaster scandal shows the government's commitment of antitrust and prevents monopolies. The government also creates a lot of law and promotes entrepreneurship between different companies. And this is where international relations come in. With international relations, I'm also interested in working for the government and help the government regulate these markets and promote entrepreneurship. The laws also sponsor a lot of organizations that help the government enforce and promote these laws. For example, ASCAP and BMI are two of the music publishing organizations that enforces a lot of the copyrights and intellectual property laws. So these organizations help guide a specific industry, in this case, the music industry and the publishing world. There are a lot of institutions as well, such as Foreign Policy by Brookings, as well as Freedom House, that collaborates with the government and help them with their decision making. And lastly, media can report both on the government as well as music and all aspects of the four worlds. And there you go. That's how all my majors fit in the four worlds. Within the University of Southern California, my majors fall into the Dornsife College of Letters, Arts, and Science, as well as the Marshall School of Business. And within Dornsife, it is held under global systems, legal, economic, and political system. And thank you so much.